partnership, which grew into a bit of a romance and then became an ultimate merger and acquisition with the Ethos team from last year through to this year. And it's been one of the most instrumental and exciting things for our business, and it really helped us accelerate things that we wanted to do early on and just couldn't build, everything at once. Ethos had a very similar vision, and they believed in offering easy, accessible trading and also self-custody. We believed in that too. We just kind of started building the trading stuff quicker, and they started building the self-custody stuff quicker. So what we announced, and this is coming early next year, there's a lot of work to be done, is we're integrating full self-custody into the Voyager trading application using Ethos's technology. You will be able to maintain keys to your coins.
Hey YouTube, it's CryptoOneStop coming to you guys from the Crypto Cave. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the Voyager app. I came across this app because COINBASE was raising their fees, so I was looking for something that would offer me competitive rates. So I came across a Voyager app which doesn't charge any fees. Actually, its smart routing system goes through all the exchanges to give you the best rate for your crypto, whether you're selling or you're buying. This is the presentation overview. As always, you guys can forward to the parts of the presentation that you think are going to give you the highest value. Make sure you guys watch the end of the video. I'm going to include a segment where I buy different altcoins, and we're going to see what happens to my portfolio and track the prices on a regular basis to see how my portfolio performs. So with that, let's go ahead and dive into this review. So Voyager enables Bitcoin holders on their platform to earn compounded interest. You have to hold at least 0.01 Bitcoin, but because through their partnership with Celsius, they're able to offer all their customers 3% interest. And as I've mentioned before, this is the general trend of the industry. They're going to have to continue to offer their customers more and more incentives, reduced fees, or they risk losing some of their market share. And we already see platforms like Binance and COINBASE introducing interest products like the one that Voyager is introducing here. And this has been in the works for a little while. It was announced on October 10th that they would be forming a partnership with Celsius Network, which is a lending platform that enables you to earn interest on your cryptocurrencies. And I've done an extensive review on them in the past. You can check that out in my past videos. But through this partnership, Voyager is able to offer their users interest on Bitcoin. Also, they offer 5% interest on their native token, formerly known as Ethos token. Post partnership, it was rebranded to the Voyager token. But with the native token, you can earn 5% interest by keeping it on the platform and earn 3% with Bitcoin. And it makes sense that these two partnered given that they both custody with BitGo. So in terms of moving tokens around, it's very easy to do because they already keep them with the same custodian. Celsius currently offers a rate of 4.5%, so I think there's some arbitrage being taken place here. People keeping their tokens on Voyager are getting 3%, while Voyager is probably pocketing 1.5%. But the cool thing about this partnership is that if they're able to offer interest on Bitcoin, I would imagine that they would be supporting other tokens in the future as well. So I wouldn't be surprised to see, for example, Ethereum that you keep on Voyager giving you roughly 3.25% one day. And you can see here on this chart where that 3% falls in terms of competitiveness. Obviously, if you wanted to maximize your return, you would buy your Bitcoin on Voyager and then transfer it to one of these other platforms that offer a more favorable rate. However, for the folks that are new to crypto, that aren't tech savvy, maybe it would be best if they just bought the cryptos on this platform and left them on that platform to earn that 3%. But if you're able and you have accounts on these existing platforms, obviously it would make more sense to send it to one of them to earn your interest on your Bitcoin. The industry for the demand side of Bitcoin for a loan is very nascent. It's very new, so obviously the demand isn't going to be very high, and if the demand isn't very high, the rates are going to be very low. However, as the industry matures and the demand side increases, then you could also see an increase in the rates for Bitcoin, especially with the competition heating up between the lending platforms and exchanges to offer the best rates. So in the future, I could definitely see the rates going up for the interest earned on Bitcoin with the Voyager app. Let's take a minute here and let's discuss how Voyager is able to remain profitable using their model. So Voyager essentially aggregates orders across various exchanges into one consolidated order book, and by doing so they're able to offer their clients the best rate. So for example, let's say I wanted to buy a certain token and that token was priced anywhere between $45 to $50 across various exchanges. Well, using Voyager I can be assured that I'm getting the best price of $45. Now Voyager, what they do is they look at it as, oh well, we got him the cheapest price, and so since we're giving you the cheapest price, we're gonna basically take away from your saving. So what they could do is, instead of charging you $45 for the token, they'll charge you $45.50, $45 or $46. So taking 50 cents or to $1 from that trade. So essentially they're giving you a savings and extracting a fee for that. So it's a net gain for you and a net gain for Voyager. And here's their web page. If you go to the app and you click features, it'll direct you to this page, and you can see here that it's only available on Apple, the iOS. It was slated to be released in Q3, and that hasn't happened yet, but it's probably around the corner. And you can see here they basically describe how they're able to give you commission-free trades and how they're able to provide you with the best prices. In terms of the charting here, it looks nice, slick, and smooth, but I don't see this being a lot better than some of the other platforms. And you have all the views here at the top. You can look at your history, the orders, transfers, but the UI here looks great. I like this little price change that they do here. Here's some of the tools that they offer. They give you the latest crypto news, some of the advanced charting features that I mentioned earlier, and they also track all your profit and losses. So let's take a look how to get started. So to get started, you can either deposit crypto or you can deposit USD from your bank account. So if you want to deposit money from your bank account, click the upper left hand corner of the screen, go to bank accounts, click plus, and continue, and then you choose from one of your banks. Currently, you can only transfer funds from one of the banks that's already listed here. Any other bank, you have to submit a wire transfer for the time being. They're going to set up ACH eventually for those banks, but for the time being, only a wire works with the other banks. Once you've selected your bank and you've linked the account, you come back to the home page here. You do transfer assets, click deposit to Voyager account, click USD and the amount that you want to transfer from your respective account. You can see here on the right, the minimum is $10, the maximum is $5,000. Generally, they take about 5 to 10 business days. Once the funds have cleared and they're in your account, you can actually transfer your US dollars back to your bank account by clicking withdraw here, and USD should show up here once your account's been loaded with USD and the ACH transfer has been completed. And the nice thing about Voyager is, if let's say you wanted to, get that $25 bonus, all you would have to do is connect your bank account, deposit the funds. Even though the ACH transfer is pending, to trade, you don't have to wait. You can actually start trading immediately. You can see here that I have my ACH transfer pending, but the money that I deposited, the 101, I can start trading with today. But remember, you can trade with the funds, but you can't withdraw them. You can't withdraw them until the ACH transfer has been completed. And with that, the process literally took me less than 10 minutes, and within a couple days, using my buddy's referral link, I was able to get a $25 payout. Here's their list of supported tokens. I know relative to other exchanges, they may not look very robust, but this exchange, this platform is highly compliant. So you can be assured that these tokens have been curated from a regulatory standpoint and are compliant enough to be listed here on a US-based exchange. And as time goes by, you can expect them to continue to add more tokens. And the last token that you see there, the Ethos token, has been rebranded to the Voyager token. What this token basically is going to allow you to do, it's going to enable you to earn bonuses or certain privileges based on the number of tokens that you hold. So for example, the current rate for Bitcoin interest is 3%. In the future, they might enable an incentive model where the token holders, for example, you have to hold, 3,000 tokens. And if you own 3,000 Ethos or Voyager tokens, that enables you to get a bonus 1%. And what they might do because of that is just make the base rate 2% and give 4% to people who own the Ethos token. So what that basically does is the people earning that 2% are subsidizing the interest bonus of the people who are earning that 4%. When it comes to the tokenomics, the sky's the limit in terms of what types of incentives they could add for hodling the Ethos or Voyager token. And if you didn't know, Ethos, before they partnered with Voyager, during their peak, the token was actually worth $10. I firmly believe in the tokenomics model. In fact, I've even written an article about it. And I think in the future, this will either dominate or it'll coexist with the existing models out there. So that's something you guys can look into. That's a way for retail investors to gain exposure to the platform. In theory, as the platform becomes more successful, they add incentives, price of the token should go up. Now, the other way to gain exposure to the company is by buying some of its stock. It's actually listed on the Canadian Securities Exchange, and it's also available through US brokers. So for those of you who might be interested in buying some equities or getting exposure to the platform through the Ethos tokens, you should know about their institutional product. So not only do they have a retail product, but they have this institutional product, and they already have partners lined up to utilize their service. Basically, all the benefits provided to the retail clients is going to be provided on scale to the institutional. And the institutional clients have their own clients that they serve, and they've been asking their respective fund managers for allocation into crypto. This way, the institutions can appease their clients by gaining exposure. They don't have to do all the work of creating a compliant means to custody the digital assets. Voyager Institutional has done all that work for them. And through their partnership, the clients of the institutions will be able to gain exposure to crypto. So now for the fun part, let's go ahead and run an experiment. You can see here that my total return on my portfolio is negative $19. I have 101 USD, $23 in Bitcoin that I got through the referral program, 3,000 Ethos token, which are going to be rebranded to the Voyager token. I'm going to go ahead and use that balance of $101 and I'm going to spread it across 10 different altcoins. I'll make regular videos updating my progress and to show you guys how well or how poor my portfolio is performing. And what I'll do is I'll add even a little bit more Bitcoins so we can see me accumulating interest, because the minimum to get interest on our BTC is 0.01. So I'll go ahead and deposit 0.007 Bitcoin, and then I'll be eligible to earn that interest. So on a regular interval, we'll go ahead and see how well my portfolio is performing, and then we'll also see what kind of interest that I'm getting. Another reason I want to do this is because in the event of another altcoin season like we had in 2017, I wanted to show you what the implications for your overall portfolio are. This token here, as I mentioned earlier, was worth $10 at one point. So imagine investing $125 and having it turn into $30,000. I'm not saying that it's a guarantee that we'll have those 2017 types of gains, but for me, a couple $100 relative to my overall portfolio is breadcrumbs. So I'm open to taking the risk with a couple $100 just to throw it across a few alts and test my luck. So you can see here that I've diversified into 10 different altcoins that I didn't have before. It's not that I necessarily believe in these projects. I figured I would choose the coins with the lowest value and see how they perform in this upcoming bull rally. So subscribe if you want to go ahead and follow along and see how well or how poor my portfolio performs in the next few months. With that being said, this is CryptoOneStop signing up. Talk to you folks next time. Bye.